Hey, good afternoon. The Whole Food Health Coach here, Stephanie Wolf, and today Caleb and we've got some thoughts about some things that maybe some young people might be interested in.
We absolutely
And
do.
since we've got a young person here, I think he might have a question or two.
I think I do. All right. The first question I was going to ask, how I kind of want to start off today, is it's flu season. People are getting sick. It's easy to tell. People are absent from school, and flu's obviously been a problem for years now, and still is. I mean, we have our own flu shot for it, which is crazy. But so I was going to ask you. So, what are some things that you can do? Obviously, no one's immune, but what are some things that you could do to lower your chances of getting the very popular flu?
Wow, that's a really big question, and I'm going to try to go as simple as I can, obviously, and not get into all the different strains of flu and how the flu shot either works or doesn't work based on the strain.
Right. Yeah.
Their assumption is that it's this strain, and so they come up with a shot that's going to affect that. And there's different flu shots also that are better than others, and I'm not a flu shot fan, so I do not take the flu shot.
Either.
I believe that we need to boost our immune system, though. So that's a perfect question for me, because your immune system is the very most important system no matter what you're trying to fight, whether it's the diseases, the big C words, or a lot of flus and other kinds of illnesses that come our way. And the best way to do that is with real food. Amazingly enough, our body's immune systems are so weakened these days because of processed foods and also what I consider fake food. So the fake food does not fuel our system. And the immune system is the one we're counting on to keep us well. So if we're not feeding it well, then we need to make sure that we make some changes. And there's some simple changes. Drinking more water, such as what we're doing right now, is always a good way because it does cleanse your body. I always say if you wouldn't shower in it, then it's not cleansing your body. So a lot of people say, well, I drink a lot of liquids. Well, would you shower in coffee? Would you shower in tea? No, I mean, or even if it's good tea, like green tea. But the focus is fueling and make sure that you're able to cleanse your body really well with a lot of water. The other side of that is the phytonutrients that are in vegetables. And sadly, this is what I see a lot of times in young people. They just don't get enough vegetables, period. So fruits and vegetables, maybe they get a little more fruits than they do vegetables.
Yeah, I would assume I do myself. So.
What kind of vegetables do you eat?
If I'm 100% honest, it's not that much.
Please be 100% honest.
Yeah.
It is your Nana.
Right. Of course. Potatoes are something I can definitely do, and I do. I can do peas. A lot of times when I do eat vegetables, it usually be mixed in with something, specifically chicken and rice. That's something that, because like it's kind of one of those things I don't really think I have struggled with being able to eat vegetables on their own. But I think if you mix them with something else that I do really like, it makes it easier to get that in my system, right? Because, I mean, logic there.
That's
but
good.
So yeah, that's usually what I do. So usually it'd be like carrots or whatever, like thrown in like chicken or rice or something like that. But yeah, if I'm 100% honest, I can't do vegetables by themselves.
Okay.
And it's not one of the things that I don't want to or whatever. It's just one of the things like they don't appeal to me and they just don't taste good. Like it's like I'm forcing myself to eat it, which is just not.
Yeah. And that's what's sad too. Sadly, phytonutrients that are in vegetables are the healthiest ways to stay well, no matter what it is you're fighting, because it gives your body the fighting chance that it needs. If you think about the fact that disease is trying to come in through bacteria in all kinds of ways, you know, we shake hands. We've all talked about that. Wash your hands, wash your hands, wash your hands. Right now in the flu season, obviously, cold and flu season, wash your hands and drink lots of water. But the other thing is we have to find ways to help kids get vegetables because it really is the only way. And sadly, potatoes are not considered a vegetable. They're really on the starch side, so they fit more with the rice and the pastas. And they don't have the same kind of nutrients unless it's a sweet potato. And if you like sweet potatoes, then that's a good one. It has strong lycopene and some other things because of the nice, vibrant orange flavor. But anything that's colorful, all of what I consider my green light foods, so it's things that are grown, not manufactured. It's things that are very colorful, like the colors of the rainbow, and it's things that you can eat raw.
Okay.
So if it's a tomato, obviously it's very colorful. It's grown, not manufactured, unless it's genetically modified, which you do not want to be a part of the GMO world. Again, fake food that your body can't use. And then it's certainly, you can eat it raw. If I say almonds, then it may be two of the three. So it's going to be grown, not manufactured. It's you can eat it raw, but it's not colorful. The colors that heal are the colors of the rainbow. So focusing your attention as much as possible on getting at least what you do like. You like peas. So here's the thing. I'm just going to be honest with you since you're honest with me. Your body needs 7 servings. That's a minimum. 7 servings. The serving is the size of the palm of your hand. So you would need 7 servings of peas, since that's the only one you like. I think you'd be tired of peas by the end of that. And that's a healthy body. If you're on the less healthy body, or you are older, such as I am, then you need closer to 13 servings. Or if they're not, as organic as I eat, then you might need closer to the 13 servings. So 7 to 13 servings of fruits and vegetables every day is the key to a healthy body, whether we're talking about the flu or anything else. And that's why I'm not trying to sell Juice Plus, but that's why I'm such an advocate for Juice Plus, because it's food that's grown on real fields and real farms. It's grown to full vine ripeness. It's all the vegetables and fruits that kids aren't eating. And usually my parents love me for suggesting Juice Plus to them.
Now, my next question. This has to do, this is something I've been, actually these next 2 questions are something I've been kind of battling personally. First off, I think is like, I've been in this phase where it's like I really do want to eat healthy. I find myself having stomach issues or health issues all the time. Like I know I can fix this and I want to. Problem is, it's not something you can just do overnight. It's something you have to kind of ease into, and it is very overwhelming. Where it's like it's one of those things like I don't really know where to start. And every time I do kind of start eating healthy, I get thrown into situations. For instance, I go to movie theaters a lot. I see a lot of movies. It's what I love. It's what I love to do. I watch movies. I write about them. So I go to theater nearly once or 2 times every week. So, and you're sitting in a room for 2, depending on the length, pretty much every time, almost 2 hours. You're gonna want to get something to eat. You can't really bring anything in, and nothing on that menu is healthy. So you run into these situations where you just really don't know what to do, and it definitely is like off-putting. You're on a roll or whatever, but then you get in these situations, you're with friends, you're at a theater, you're doing whatever you're doing, where you just kind of have to improvise or whatever and just eat. Because, at the end of the day, I would love to eat healthy, but I'd rather, eat something that's not as healthy and not be starving. So it's one of those things that's very overwhelming for me, and it's something I've been kind of battling with a lot over these last few months. So I was going to ask you your input on that. That's
a good question, and it's one that we all face, obviously. Even I do, because there are scenarios and places. I do go to the theater. Saw a couple good movies in the last couple of weeks that I've loved and been very excited about. And in fact, I just had that situation because I went and saw The Greatest Showman, and I loved the movie. But there was a part, it was like, well, it's 2 hours long, and
right.
We went to the matinee, and it was, time when I'm normally eating, because I do eat about 5 meals a day, mini meals. They're small, but I usually keep my blood sugar consistent, throughout the day. So, and I looked at the menu, and I tried to make at least a good decision.
Right.
And other than a salad, which is really hard to eat while you're watching a movie.
There's not much you can do.
There was nothing I could do, actually. And so I chose not to eat. That's obviously not a choice for everybody.
Yeah.
But I could not come up with anything. And all of it was so expensive that to try to eat something just for the sake of eating.
Enormous amount of money.
Yeah, so I chose not to. But again, I don't advocate that for everybody. It was just my own personal experience. So I get it. It's a question. Remember, it's what you do 80% of the time. So if we look at that 20% where we're stuck, or 20% where it's not perfect,
right,
and we're not able to make a great decision, then we just focus on when we leave there doing the right thing after.
Okay.
And don't make it all about like, well, I already messed up today, so I just keep messing up. And that's not a way to look at it. The best way to look at it is you do the best you can with the moment and then do better the next opportunity. So the 80-20 rule is good even for, the day or for the week or for the month. It's 80% of what you do that feeds your body. Your body can deal with the other toxins for 20%. The problem is we've got our 80-20 backwards.
Right.
So 80% of what we're eating are fried foods and white breads or buns and, burgers and all those things that are less healthy and in most cases not healthy at all, and in some cases damaging to our cells and to our idea. We have to keep in mind what we want out of life. You're a basketball player, an amazing basketball player, and your skill it's mad. It's a mad skill. So fueling that body so that body is strong and healthy and well hydrated and has the nutrition that it needs to accomplish what you want it to do. So we always have to think about, what do you want? You begin with the end in mind and make your choices line up to that.
I'm glad you brought up that basketball, because that's going to lead right into my next question.
Oh, good.
So I'm going to set you up with a situation I had Saturday, 2 days from today. I have a game at 10 in the morning, okay? And this is something that I've been dealing with, is like, because I have night games, I have morning games, and something it's apparent to everybody that watches me. I'm like, yeah, you play with way more passion, way more energy at night. That's something I've always known. And going into this last Saturday, we had a playoff game, so a game that's really important, and as the point guard who runs the team, like, I need to be there. And so I was really, really focusing and trying to figure out what I need to change or what I need to do to get in the right situation. So I was struggling with that for obviously the whole season. So last Saturday, I wake up at 8 o'clock, 2 hours before the game. Because it's one of those things, like, it is really early, but, like, I'm not going to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning. Like, it's just not unrealistic. I mean, it's just unrealistic. Right. So I wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning, I go downstairs, I eat oatmeal and a banana, and I drink orange juice, I think it was, and I had a water right before the game or whatever, and I think I did well. I think I could have done better, though. Again, I think it's one of those things, just I'm not a morning person, but, like, and even in the same question can really apply to night games. Like, how do you, for a sporting event, how do you, on the physical side of things and what you could be doing and what to do, what would you recommend to kind of do before a game, morning or night?
Okay, well, let's go back to the Saturday that you had oatmeal and the banana and a little bit of orange juice. Was that a good day? I mean,
yes,
you were able to play better.
It was better compared to my other morning games.
Okay.
Didn't reach the highness of my night games.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And, well, we've talked about the different mentalities, too. I'm a morning person, so I do my sharper work. I'm sharper. I'm more, my reflex time and all of the different choices that I make. I always think I'm fresher in the morning and better in the morning, which is why I'm a little tired right now. It's afternoon. But young people are typically more alert and more active in the afternoon than they are in the morning. So if you sleep well, obviously that's a big part of it. We already talked about that. And getting up early enough so that your body does have a chance to wake up with you. So getting up at 8, that was a good decision. Oatmeal is a good decision. What did you put in your oatmeal? Do you put sugar? Do you put cinnamon? Do you put anything? Or is it instant oatmeal?
Yeah,
is it real oatmeal?
It's instant oatmeal. But it was kind of like one of the things, like, it's the best I could do kind of thing. So. All
right. And that's good. Better than a Pop-Tart.
Yeah, exactly.
So, which would be the worst thing that you could do. All that sugar and starch and fake food. So oatmeal is a good choice. A better choice would be whole oat, or the oatmeal it takes 10 minutes. It's not instant, but even instant isn't instant.
Sure.
And so, yeah, it cooks a little bit. I have a technique for making the best oatmeal. So next time you're at my house, I'll make it for you. But you also want to make sure that you have the right carbs. And that's what's most important. Before a workout, I always say healthy carb. After a workout, protein. So because your muscles have been so used, I watch you play. You're very active, here, there, and everywhere, down the field, shooting and all that. Every muscle in your body's being used. So after the game, you need to replace the nutrients that those cells need from every part of your muscles. So good, healthy protein. I like protein shakes for that.
Okay.
So the one your mom has, make sure it's a plant-based protein, because that's what's most important. And again, I recommend Juice Plus just because I know the nutrients that are in there, and I know that it's all from real food and there's no additives and all the other stuff that are in sugar and everything that's in all the others. But there's some good ones out there. They're just usually more expensive and they don't taste quite as good. So adding fruits to them is always good.
Of course.
But that's a good way to get some protein after the fact. It's also not a bad idea before, because waking up with a good, healthy protein shake is good for your muscles to get them ready, but it also has the right kind of carbohydrate in it if it's plant-based. So complex carbohydrate gives you energy that's sustained over time. Simple carbs like juice, not a good idea in the morning, because it actually spikes your sugar and then drops you quickly like a donut would if that was what you had for breakfast. So small amount of orange juice or juices and stick with the water.
Okay.
But that's a good question.
All right, so that pretty much wraps up my questions for today.
Awesome.
Thank you so much. You helped me a lot. I'll definitely go apply these in my life.
I hope it's helped a lot of people because we really want this to just be questions that may be being asked by young people so that I can help. I may not get them here in my classroom like I hope to here in Sugar Hill, but I definitely can come into their home this way and answer some questions that they may be wanting to do too. And I just want to say make steps incrementally. You don't have to change everything. You don't have to throw everything away and start over. Just add some things that you...
So yeah, you didn't do it.
Yeah, so I would like to see you, my challenge to you, Caleb, is eating an apple every day for the next 30 days. One apple a day. That's it. That's all we're adding.
All right.
Okay?
Yeah, we'll see if I can hold up to the test.
Okay, we'll check back in, won't we?
We will.
All right. The Whole Food Health Coach, thank you so much for listening
Have
today.
a great day, guys.